slacked up a little bit. The back motors of the ship are just holding it just enough to keep it from...
I've seen some pretty shitty situations in my life, but nothing has ever sucked more ass than this.
You remember, was I any good that night?
Oh, wow. Jeez. How could I forget? You sucked. You didn't know what the hell you were doing. But wasn't it fun even though you were so terrible?
I'm sorry, terrible?
I've had worse.
Oh.
That is one big pile of shit.
I can't talk, ladies and gentlemen. Honestly, just right now, that's smoking record. And everybody, you know, if you breathe and talk and screaming,
Harry Barnes, do you take steroids?
Hey, what's going on? Welcome to what are we gonna call the segment, guys?
Manly movie reviews.
Manly movie reviews. We're gonna start.
Close.
We're gonna start reviewing movies and telling you guys about movies that we've all seen. We're gonna start kind of with some Oscar.
Yeah. Ooh. Mm-hmm. Who watched the Oscars?
But first movie it was called Dallas Buyers Club. Chris, do you want to talk to us about the plot of that movie?
Yeah, that was, I'm sure you remember probably better than I do, but for the most part, the general sense was it was the story of those women in Dallas, a small group of women who started
Mary Kay.
Yeah, a true story.
And it's loosely based on the original. I think some of the names are changed.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's got to be entertaining.
It's got a lot of sass talk.
I can't believe you.
Don't you do that?
My daddy told me to get some makeup.
Jared Leto was great in it.
Yeah.
Then they did the whole, like, Ocean's 11 thing where it's, like, not Julia Roberts when it is Julia Roberts.
Yeah.
It was like that.
Is it Jared Leto?
It's like, that's Jared Leto. It's like, it looks just like him. I can't believe it.
He was good.
He wore a lot of makeup.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He gained 50 pounds.
I think he bought the Mary Kay. Anyways, I gave it 2 paws up.
Yeah.
He deserved.
Double wings for me.
What do you give it?
I think Jared Leto was so good in it, and I think he should have deserved to win something, you know?
Yeah, he won Best Supporting Actor. Okay.
Next.
American Hustle. I like this movie a lot. This was like a small gang of kind of young Glasgow punks.
Yeah, like skinhead kind of dudes.
Like super lippy.
Like super Scottish. It was good though.
Yeah, I liked it.
I had trouble understanding a lot of them just with the accent.
Right.
I never understood the hustle part of it.
Well, they were hustling.
People.
Her. This was pretty good. This was an old one.
Yeah.
It took place in the way past about a guy named Ben-Hur.
Yeah.
And it was kind of like a biblical story.
The only thing I didn't like is that they didn't touch on, back then there was racism.
Wolf of Wall Street, this was cool. I loved all the CG in this.
When he would change.
It reminded me a little bit of the whole...
Well, no, hold on. Before we get ahead of it. Yes. Wolf of Wall Street is about a time-traveling wolf man who can only travel on Wall Street.
Right.
But when he travels future or past, he becomes a wolf.
A lot of weird sex scenes, both as a wolf and not as a wolf.
The bestiality in it turned me off a little bit.
Yeah. But it was great. It was like 9 hours long. Oh, this movie, The Secret Life of Walter Mitty.
Oh, yeah, the Breaking Bad spinoff.
Yeah. I thought it was cool.
Yeah, it was...
We did a cover song for that movie, and they didn't pick it, so we were kind of sad about that. There it is. Escape. Captain Phillips. This is a movie about...
I am the captain now.
This is a movie about a little...
now.
This is a story about a boy.
He read the story of Peter Pan.
And then he goes to out on the boardwalk and he sees like a magic thing and he puts the coin in and then he wakes up the next day and he's the captain of a ship. He's like an 8-year-old as the captain of a ship. Yeah. So he makes friends with a volleyball. Yeah. And the volleyball's like, look at me.
Yeah, look at me.
Look at me. I am the captain now.
I am the captain now.
Yeah.
The twist, though, when he got the email from the girl telling him that he had AIDS...
Frozen.
Frozen.
Takes place in an apocalyptic
post-apocalyptic
wasteland.
Yeah.
Wasteland.
Covered in ash and all of this frozen ice.
Yeah.
And the
We're
humans.
Beast and Man.
I didn't think Tarantino could go any weirder and darker.
I think it was Marty. Pretty sure that was a Marty.
I think it was
film.
Marty.
Yeah.
We'll check.
Yeah.
We're usually up to
fact check that one
our
after.
Facts. Hobbit. Hobbit's about
a guy who had an unfortunate drug habit where he just couldn't put the needle down.
I thought it was good. It was long. Very trippy scenes when he was getting high.
Traveling, looking for it to like get
very gritty.
His precious.
Very gritty.
Yeah.
And then we've got Divergent, which was just kind of like a giant piece of shit.
I've been left out a while. I sold the family plot for time. I sold the only thing I like so I could taste it. You've been drinking all night. We both know when you're drunk the future rewinds. It happens every fucking time, but you erase all that I really wanted to do was to leave it all. All that I really wanted to do was to leave it all for you. These are days that you'd finally find the pure restitution is not on your side. There's never been a place to hide. You have to face it. Nobody thinks you're actually right. It feels like a battle, it's more like a fight. You always bark, you never bite. I don't believe all that I really wanted to do was to leave it all. All that I really wanted to do was to leave it all for you. Let me make up my mind. Let me make up my mind. Let me make up my mind so I can change. All that I really wanted to do was to leave it all. All that I really wanted to do was to leave it all for you.
Born with a full string in his hand, his chops got big but his waist stayed thin. He saved 100 children from a burning bridge. The prince, the prince, the prince, the prince.
Welcome back to our weekly segment on the MO web series, Inside Andy Prince. Andy, thanks for coming back this week. I was hoping to dive a little deeper inside of you. Let's talk about your family.
Okay. Grew up in Pensacola. Mom and dad are great. Both musicians.
Tell me more. Tell me more. Tell me more about the mom and dad.
Okay. Well, like I said, both musicians, just great parents.
You have a brother.
Raised.
Right? Is that right?
Yep, we got a brother, or
Named
I have a brother.
Pookie?
Yeah, his name's Pookie.
Pookie?
Our family knows him as Pookie, and Pookie comes from my mom. When we were younger, we used to call him Pookie Potato, and
yeah, Potato Boy.
You know, my family is a very hardworking family.
My notes say Potato Boy.
Yeah,
so I don't,
either one.
Not Pookie Potato.
I have hardworking parents, and we used to, you know, we didn't have a ton of money growing up, but we would come up with family games. One of them was Pookie Potato, where my brother, he, you know, not having arms or legs, kind of like a potato, and it was a joke between the family. We would play games, you know, roll him across.
Hot potato.
Yeah, actually, we called it hot potato. We'd roll him, you know, I would roll him to my mom and dad, and they would roll him back to me, and, you know, hot potato. And it was his favorite game, but we love Pookie.
Do you dream? Do you dream? Like, do you dream?
I dream all the time, sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had this dream once where I had 3 children, and they were all named Minestrone, and they continued to yell, "I need bottle service over here," in like a New York accent. What do you think that means? What do you, like, if you interpreted that, what would you?
That means nothing. That literally makes no sense whatsoever.
All right.
Well, you okay?
Yeah, I know. Yeah, sorry. That's all the time we have for today. And yeah, thanks again for being here, Andy Prince.
Thanks.
Gerald, Andy Prince. Gerald, Andy Prince.
I don't go by that.
Andrew.
I go by Andy. I go by Andy.
Take it away.
Born with a full string in his hand, his chops got big but his waist stayed thin. He saved 100 children from a burning bridge, the prince.